Ladies and gentlemen, what is poppin'? It is your boy, James Eeks, guys, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys how I team build. Yes, the Eeks team building guide. You know, a lot of the people over on Twitch have really been wanting this video, and I've been kind of holding back from doing it just because I think so many other great VGC content creators and players have already made team building guides. I think this is the most popular type of video you could possibly find, you know what I mean, for VGC. So that's kind of why I was holding back, but a lot of people just want to see how I build my teams, and so I thought, you know, maybe my team building method might mesh better with your guys' style or something like that. So I'm starting to see the value of seeing how so many different players do build their team, so I'm actually pretty excited to make this video. And guys, this team building guide is going to work for any kind of team you want to build. Whether it's like a fun kind of meme team or a super tryhard, you want to win a regional, you want to win a tournament, I think that this team building method works for any possible kind of format or tournament. So yeah, guys, I'm super excited. I just want to say, guys, if you do want to hang out with me, catch me live, then please check me out on Twitch, guys. I stream VGC stuff. I rate people's teams. We always have a great time over there, so I would love to see you guys over there. So yeah, let's get into the start of the team building guide. Guys, the first thing I do when I'm building a team is I decide my one Pokemon or my core of Pokemon that I want to use, usually about two. You know, whether that's like Lapras, Dusclops, or Charizard, Torkoal, or something like that, right? But for this video, guys, we are going to be using Rotom Wash. That's going to be the Pokemon that we are going to use first. And the first thing I do is I throw them right here in the Pokemon Showdown team builder. You know, I wanna create a visual, right, when I'm making my team, and of course while I'm at my desktop and stuff. And so the first thing you want to do is you kind of want to deduce the role of your Pokemon. So Rotom Wash, guys, this kind of stuff really does come second nature, like just immediately into your head. Like you don't even have to really think about it after you've been playing a while and building a lot of teams. But obviously not everybody is at that level, so I'm going to be trying to sound out everything for you guys. And so Rotom Wash, what does Rotom Wash usually do on a team? Well, he usually functions best on balanced, good stuffs or setup teams. Because Rotom's stats, when we take a look at Rotom's stats here, you know, his HP is very low. His defense, special defense, and special attack are all very high. And then his speed is pretty good. But the thing about Rotom is that if you want to go a full offensive set, max speed, max special attack, he's not going to be able to take hits very well. And then if you are going to be taking hits really well by investing a lot into HP, then you're not going to be doing as much damage. And so most popularly, guys, Rotoms are usually a bulky, nasty plot set to then be able to take hits and then boost up your special attack. And then Rotom is usually supported in the speed category. Like, he's carried a little bit by his natural speed, outspeeding, you know, stuff like Tyranitar, most slow Togekiss, stuff like that. But to bring him to the next level, he's usually supported by either Follow Me, so his speed doesn't exactly matter, or Fake Out, that kind of stuff. Or usually sometimes maybe a Tailwind or a Max Airstream from a partner. So Rotom, so we've kind of deduced what Rotom does. He's really good at bulking and taking hits while setting up a nasty block. I personally think that's what Rotom does the best. There are offensive Rotom sets out there that aren't bad, like Specs or Scarf or even Life Orb, but usually those Life Orb ones are a bit on the bulkier side with Nasty Plot. But you guys kind of get the gist. I've grabbed my one Pokemon that I want, and I've kind of deduced what kind of role he does really well. And so then, now that I've kind of figured out what Rotom does well, I want to figure out the Pokemon that he is good against. And so Rotom Wash, being a levitating, bulky water type, is actually good against a lot of the stuff in the meta. I've got a list right here, you know, he's really good against stuff like Tyranitar, Arcanine, Incineroar, and other bulky waters, since he is an electric type, you know, such as Milotic or even Primarina. But then I would say that Rotom is actually weak to stuff like Mold Breaker, Excadrill, Dragapult, you know, water and electric, you can't hit it for anything more than not very effective. Ferrothorn, Venusaur, and Gastrodon. So, now that we've seen what Rotom's good against, and that we've seen what Rotom's bad against, we want to start adding members to the team that are immediately going to help against these bad matchups. So, Obviously, the Pokemon that we add in the near future, we want them to be good against Moldbreaker, Excadrill, Dragapult, Ferrothorn, Venusaur, and Gastrodon. Another thing, guys, is I've kind of deduced what Rotom's role is. I think of him as a bulky attacker or a setup Pokemon, and we want to keep that in mind when we're making our team, because we don't want a team of 6 setup Pokemon. We don't want a team of 6 bulky attackers, because the team is going to... Each kind of Pokemon needs to be supported in a way, right? Like a sweeper needs a support Pokemon to help it get into a position to sweep. Whether that's Whimsicott setting up Tailwind, that's usually on the really hyper offensive sweeping teams, or a setup sweeper like Rotom. Rotom sweeps after he gets up a Nasty Plot, but he's going to be needing, you know, fake outs, follow me's, even max airstreams, and that kind of way. So always keep the role of your Pokemon in mind. Once again, guys, when you guys build a lot of teams, this kind of comes second nature. Like, you just know, like, oh, I'm not going to add this Pokemon to my team because I already have that kind of Pokemon. You know what I mean? Like, if I have a Rotom Nasty Plot set up, I'm not going to add another Nasty Plot special attack setting up Mon. I probably just don't need it on my team. So yeah, just wanted to go over that again. And real quick, guys, when I am deducing what my Pokemon is good against and weak against, I go here onto Pikalytics, and I mean, it shows the most popular Pokemon in order, so I just kind of go down the list like, okay, Rotom's okay against this, good against that, bad against this, bad against that, bad against that, good against this, good against this. That's what I do. I go on Pikalytics. It shows the most popular, most used Pokemon, because, you know, I'd rather have my team be good against Togekiss, Tyranitar, and Dragapult than be good against Serena, Glaceon, and Ludicolo. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, we want to beat the Pokemon that we're going to be playing against the most. So, yeah, guys, Pikalytics is a great resource to use when deducing what your Pokemon's good against and what they're bad against. So now that we have Rotom on our team, guys, and we've deduced what he's good against, what he's bad against, and the kind of role that he works best with, you know, he's a bulky attacker or potentially a Nasty Plot setup Pokemon, now we kind of want to go in and think about the kind of team archetype that we're going to be making with this kind of Pokemon. So once again, guys, we've started with Rotom, and like I just said, bulky attacker, potential Nasty Plot sweeper. Now, are those two kind of roles going to work very well on a hard Trick Room team? No, I don't think so. You know, hard Trick Room teams are bulky, extremely slow, and they usually don't require a lot of setup to get going. You know, Rhyperior can attack with huge damage the same turn, supported by Dusclops. Torkoal with Eruption is immediate huge pressure. Hatterene, immediate huge pressure. You guys get the point. So obviously, guys, Rotom with base 86 speed is not going to work on a hard Trick Room team. So we know that he's not really going to work too well on that. And then a hyper offense team, right? Hyper offense teams, guys, are teams that try to end the game in 4 to 5 turns. They are a team of usually 5 to even 6 Pokemon that can deal an immediate huge amount of damage, and they just want to wipe the floor with the enemy team. These are teams when you see like Whimsicott, Dracovish, Chandelure, Durant, Toxtricity, these kind of things. I'm sure you guys have seen those teams a lot on the ladder and showdown. Those are hyper offense teams. Now, does Rotom function super well on a hyper offense team? No, he doesn't have high enough special attack to immediately get the damage going. You know, Durant, Toxtricity, Dracovish, they don't require a setup. They don't require a Nasty Plot, a Swords Dance, anything. They just go in and start doing damage. Rotom requires support to get itself started. So I don't think we're going to be building a hyper offense team here. I think Rotom works best on balanced, bulky teams, good stuffs teams, and then even a setup oriented team with stuff like Clefairy, Follow Me, lots of fake out, that kind of stuff. So I did kind of explain that in our last section of the video, but yeah, we want to keep in mind, if we want to build a team around Rotom Wash, hyper offense, Trick Room, that kind of stuff is usually not going to work too well. So now that we've kind of once again deduced another step in making our team, and we've decided the team archetype that Rotom is going to work best with, we can really, dive into starting to pick Pokemon on our team. Now, guys, these are just some blanket statements. Could Rotom work on a hard Trick Room team? Potentially. Could Rotom work on a hyper offense team? Potentially, right? But these are just, take them with a grain of salt. These are just capitalizing on these Pokemon's obvious strengths the most. How I see it is kind of, if you want to use Y Pokemon, then you need to be using X strategy to make it work the best. It makes the team building process a lot easier. And of course you can get creative, but this is just how I personally look at things. So to summarize, up till now, we have decided what Pokemon we're building our team around, Rotom Wash. We've decided the Pokemon that we are strong against and weak against. And we have decided that we're probably going to be building a bulky good stuffs or set up team since we are using Rotom. So now we can actually start building for the meta. And guys, as I start filling out the slots on my team, what I immediately do is I open up a list, which I will be opening up right now for you guys. I write up a list of very popular, common, strong teams in the current meta, and I think that every good team should have at least one answer to these Pokemon on the list. And answer does not mean some super hard counter, right? Like I have Lapras on here, Gmax, Lapras, Dusclops. That doesn't mean I need some Choice Band, Rock Wrecker, Max Speed Rhyperior, right? It's just like I need a game plan, right? So my game plan against Lapras, Dusclops, Conk could be get up a nasty pot with Rotom and don't let them get Trick 'em Up, because Dusclops can usually haze away your boost, right? Something as simple as that. I think as I'm starting to fill in Pokemon on my team, I need to start writing down my answers that I have for these. So it's like Dragapult, Colossal. I'd say Rotom Wash is great against that. So it's like, there we go. We've already got like one Pokemon that's good against that. Of course, there's these Gastrodon mind games and stuff, but whatever, you guys get what I'm saying. And then like Hard TR, I think Rotom Wash is actually great against Rhyperior and Torkoal. Is he as good against Hatterene and Didi? Not really, but that's what I mean. So like, see, I've got Rotom Wash. I write that down. I write that down. I write that down. So I am keeping all the things I just had in mind previously, like the kind of team I'm probably going to be building, and then that I need answers to all of these things here. So that's what I constantly do as I'm making a team. I keep going down this list and I keep adding in the answers that I'm creating on my team. So guys, you might have noticed that I have not even put in any moves on my Rotom yet. Now, there are very obvious moves that you should probably have on your Rotom, such as Hydro Pump, right? Like, that's a move that Rotom is actually 100% required to have on. Rotom Wash is required to have on at least. But so, what I think about Pokemon movesets, guys, is that movesets are a controllable variable when building a team. Now, I've got Rotom. Can I change his stats? I can change his EVs, but I can't change his max stats. Can I change his typing? No. Can I change his ability? On Rotom, I can't, personally. So it's just like, moves are a controllable variable. And when you're building a team, and when you start looking at this list, you know, Charizard, Torkoal, Sleep Spam, T-Tar, Excadrill, moves are something that can actually help counter these kinds of strategies. So let's say you're building, you've got like 5 or 6 mons in your builder, and then you just start playing some games and you just realize that you are just getting obliterated by Gmax, Lapras, Dusclops. It's like, well, I really like my 6 mons, but if I had Taunt, for example, I could actually, you know, do well against Lapras, Dusclops. I could refuse to let Dusclops get up that Trick Room turn 1, and then I can act accordingly. So I actually think that filling in moves is something that you guys should be doing near the end of your team build. One of the last things, actually, that along with EV spreads. And guys, EV spreads is a whole other aspect of team building, and I actually do have a video on building advanced EV spreads, so I would check that out. It's the first video I ever made, so bear with your boy if I'm a little more awkward, the camera's not as good, but it still has some really good content and good knowledge in it. But yeah, so guys, choosing your moves is something you should be doing at the end, because then you can adapt and start creating answers to all these mons right here just later after you've already selected your 6 mons. Alrighty guys, that is going to be the resolution of how your boy Eeks builds his team. So guys, let's go over a quick little summary. I choose my Pokemon, I figure out the Pokemon that it is good against and strong against, and then I figure out the kind of role that my Pokemon is going to be doing. So then I start plugging in mons that help fix those weaknesses to Rotom Wash, such as Gastrodon, Venusaur, Ferrothorn, that kind of stuff. And then that Pokemon comes in, and that Pokemon's going to have weaknesses, right? Then you're going to want to add a Pokemon to cover for those weaknesses. And then eventually you're going to have, you know, 6 Pokemon that really do cover each other's weaknesses well. But while you're deciding that, you also need to be thinking about all of these teams. You need to be thinking, okay, how is Rotom, Incineroar, Venusaur going to do against this and this and this? And then as you're adding mons, you're constantly thinking, well, Dragapult's really good against X core, and then it doesn't work. It works well with my team, so I'll put him in. You always want to keep in mind common teams in the meta. Now, typing synergy, you know, people are like, well, if I have a water and a grass type, like I need to have a fire type. Like that kind of stuff, I personally don't think about too much, because it just really comes down to answering the meta and having good support on your team. So I actually don't think of that as something that is completely necessary. So guys, I really hope that this guide helped you. Maybe it shedded some light and made you think a little bit differently about the team building process. So this is just how I build teams, guys. Like I said, there are lots of great videos here on YouTube about it, but this is just my personal spin on it and how I break up the pieces and just start plugging in. And guys, like I said, a lot of this stuff is going to come naturally after a while, but yeah, so just keep working at it, guys, and you guys will get really good at it too. So guys, once again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys do want to catch me live, please do check me out on Twitch, guys. I would absurdly appreciate it. You guys don't even know. So guys, love you guys, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.